Hey, welcome everybody to Mark's Basement Arcade EM and Chat. I didn't do anything to my system, so apparently it was my internet last week. So we're on the exact same settings with the computer. I have no dropped frames. I'm not in the red for output or anything, which is really weird. Yeah. But anyways, yeah. Today we're gonna work on polishing and waxing. First, we gotta flip the playfield over. Get that flipped over and take 4 rollovers out. I already got tape run down the middle, which you can probably see right there. I have tape going down the middle of the playfield because it's got those buttons. Hello, Melissa. It's got those buttons, and if I hit them with my polisher, it's just gonna wreak havoc on them. So, with that, I think I'll go over there and we'll flip it over. I think we can just go to 1 cam. Yeah, that'll work. Alright, we gotta flip it over. I think this ball guide is okay. It's beat up. I may touch that up a little bit. I think, I don't know, it doesn't feel too bad. Not catching it. It's rolling right over it. So we will leave that, throw some good wax on it, and polish. What I did do last week, well, you guys, after I left you guys, I rebuilt the stepper. This was one of the worst. This is the worst stepper I worked on because it was totally seized. I mean, totally. That thing was seized like no tomorrow. I mean, we're talking about bad seized. Anyways, let's get these switches off, these rollovers. Let's not use primitive tools. Use some electrification. There's only 4 of them on here, so I'm not too worried about. I'm back in the wrong spot because there's 2 of one kind and 2 of the other kind. The only thing that's different about these is they have like a staple that rides across them. Kind of holds them in the playfield, which I don't understand. But we gotta get these out. So we can get them cleaned up. And there's 2 down here somewhere, right here. Those will dump in the rock tumbler and with the walnut shell bird cage media, and those will get nice and shiny and pretty looking again. I got all the rest of the playfield stuff done. I guess I can show you. Pretty right there. All the pop bumper bodies, skirts and stuff. Even the springs, they turn out looking like brand new. The only thing I have to do with this, I have to go with a pick, and on all the screws, pick out all the walnut shell media that's on them. Alright, we got the rollovers out, so what we're going to do now is flip it back over. But yeah, this stepper here, I had to use my big soldering iron and heat that thing up and get it going. I just realized there's one rollover there. I will hand polish around all these puppies. Now next trick is McDonald's straws. We're going to take all these and put them over every single leaf switch possible. I do not slice the hell out of my hand when I polish this. And I have to hand polish some of the spots on here because these switches are different. Normally they have two wires running to each one, and then you can just unscrew them and drop them behind the playfield. However, these have that braid, wire braid that goes across the whole playfield and attaches to each one, and then one wire to attach it. So they're like, the braid is stapled to the playfield, and that is like the common hot wire for each switch, and then the ground wire is attached to the other half of the switch. So yeah, that big ground braid that goes on the whole playfield is not a ground braid. That is actually the hot wire. The ground is the fabric wire or whatever that is on a switch. That's your ground. It's not the hot wire, it's the actual ground wire. Alright, so we got that little lesson taken care of. But yeah, everybody always says that's ground, and it's not. Maybe on some games it was. Put a couple links up here. I put the Midwest Gaming Classic link and Mark's Basement Arcade link. So please check out both. And I forgot to move my microphone. There. I should sound better now. Well, as best as I can sound. Alright. Just got this blue towel. I'm just going to wipe off all the dirt I can that's loose. I did vacuum this the other day. But right now I just want to wipe off all the loose dirt that I can. This way it just makes it polishing easier. Because all the dirt is off. Yeah, this was a dirty gurdy. As you could see. She was filthy. But this is how I polish just about every playfield, wax and polish. Ooh, this is the shooter guide right here. I am going to have to put some polyurethane on there This is just beat the shit right here. I will have to put some on there. So I am not gonna wax that area. However, I will polish it. Alright, I have this little cool drill attachment for my drill that I'll use for polishing. And a Novus too. Let's do this. We will do some of this area first. Yeah. Always shake up your Novus too. Don't know if that really helps. I think it does. There. You can see what immediately it did. Pulled all the dirt off, especially like right around this here. Pulled all that off. I get right up to the straw here. And you can see how it cleaned just right up to it. Now you'll notice there's dirt right around this. We got that nice and clean now. So let's focus on the green. You can see how it's filthy right around in here. Yeah, clean that right up real nice. So now I gotta go over the whole playfield, which is gonna be, I don't know how boring or whatever. But yeah, if anybody wants to chat with me, go right ahead. Down in here. Oh yeah, looks pretty nice now. Oh yeah. Let's focus on this one. You can see how dirty it is. this one. Yes, fun. But this is something that's got to be done. Yeah, a Grail game. Yet, I should be okay with them. I looked and I don't seem to be dropping any frames. No, I have 0. Yeah, I have 0 dropped frames, which is awesome now. And what's up, Dave? Are you making it to MGC this year? Where are we? You can't even see what I'm doing. I hope you make it to MGC this year. Straws. Oh, it defaulted to 320 for you? That's weird. I don't know what mine is even set at. No, I don't even see it. Settings. Quality auto. I just upped my quality on mine. Yeah, I hope you can make it to MGC. Like to see you again. So if anybody wants to know, we do have more streamers again. We have Barricade. I don't know when he pops in at all. He's very, very random. And then Jason will be on tonight. He just got like some type of podcast stream he does. I haven't been able to catch it yet. Just busy. We can go all the way down here. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I haven't been able to catch it yet. I've been wanting to. Barricade, he does all different types of games. He's got one working pinball machine. He streams that. He's got several nice video games that he streams, and then I believe he streams like Switch and stuff like that, Nintendo. But yeah, if you're into video gaming, check out Barricade whenever he pops up. think I am done with machine polishing this. I'm going to have to hand polish the rest of it. But yeah, I think we're done. Ooh, Pink Panther. I just did a System 80. And it's fully up and working now. And yes, they are horror stories to work on. However, there's enough knowledge there in on the internet where they are well documented and are very easy to work on. Here we go, Hollywood Heat. Let me plug it in. That I just finished. Yeah. Horror story, everything. Wiring, all that good stuff. Grounds. Oh my god, the grounds on this game are just disgustingly horrible. There we go. But yeah, beautiful game though. The horror stories is these games had super shitty ground systems on them that were done. What they did was, like most games, they got that metal in the back box where the MPU and everything is grounded through that. Well, Gottlieb decided to do everything through a wiring harness. So when your contacts get bad on your wiring harness, you lose ground and then you have intermittent issues with it. So I sent all the boards out to get rebuilt because it was a dead game. The only time it would boot is when you would push on the MPU. So got that fixed. Totally bulletproofed. And then all the boards now have an extra ground that's soldered to them, on them. And I have all those tied into another ground for the system. So now each board has its board ground through the wiring harness. And then it's got another wire that's attached, soldered to the board, that goes to another ground that also goes down through the machine's wiring harness. So there's big ground straps that go throughout the back of the game and then ground, the whole cabinet. Those are now attached to the MPU. And then all those grounds that came from the head went into plugs that plugged into the side of the transformer box. And then those were another horrible ground system for it. So with those, you cut off the plugs, put clamp on crimping loops on it, and you screw those into the transformer base. So now this game is totally solid. It does its thing. Can't beat that sound. You just can't beat that System 80 funk that they designed into them. That beautiful funk that they designed into the System 80s. That music. So awesome. back to where it was. Alright, I think it's there. Everything, yes. Every ground needs to be repaired on a Gottlieb. Every single ground. This is why I covered these up, because it's got all these spring buttons. So now I gotta hand polish around all these, which is always fun. But I did a blast off, so yeah, I had to do all polishing with that too. All hand polishing. But yeah, I learned a trick. Yeah, just hold your finger down on the button and then just go around it. And that lets you get in there. And then you might have to use a pick to clean out around the button afterwards or something. But yeah, you can do it. And I gotta go around each straw and clean. But yeah, it's fun. The only reason why I'm doing this on camera is just well, everybody's here to learn or chat. Showing you how to do it manually also. This is not my favorite. Normally I would take this off too and just polish down in there, but yeah, I figured, well, I gotta go around them all them damn leaves anyway, so. But yeah, these are, I hate how they did it on this game with these leaves. Where you got that main power wire going, stapled to the whole board. I could have took them off, but I would have had to desolder every single leaf switch from the braided harness. Every single one. And Mark wasn't about to do that. No way. So yeah, we're gonna hand polish every damn thing. But yeah, that Gottlieb, that's like ready to go. I don't know if it was missed on the driver board when I got it rebuilt or it burned out after, but I have to replace one transistor or something like that on the driver board because my 4X light on the Playfield is not lighting up. The bulb is good, the socket's good. I ran a wire from the socket all the way up to the head where it plugs into the driver, and I had continuity all the way. So that tells me that the wire is good. It's the driver board, the transistor or whatever the thing is called on the driver board is just not working. So I understand some of that stuff can get missed, you know, when you're working on them. Gottlieb doesn't have the best lamp test on it. And I do have the part to fix it. It's just, yeah, now I gotta take the board back out. But oh well. I ain't cleaning up too bad by hand. I just don't like to do it by hand. So Dave, I didn't see if you wrote down or not, but are you making it to MGC this year? I'll be there. I have no idea what I'm bringing yet. As of right now, it's going to be Flight 2000, and I'll probably go by my customer's house and pick up their, well, my Superstar. It's not their Superstar, it's mine. I don't want to just leave it sit in my house after I shopped it up and then knock it down and stick it in a corner. My customers are awesome. They're the ones who have that Hollywood Heat. They're awesome, so I'm like, hey, you want to borrow my game until I need it back? And they're like, hell yeah. So they're borrowing it. I'll probably just pick it up for MGC and okay, cool, you plan to. My comments are all off because my computer is back in the corner over there, and then I got my new laptop over here, so I have a 30-second delay in everything I read now because my computer just works better over there because now it's not in the way of all my games. Well, which kind of sucks though. I can access all my games now and play them, except for Last Action Hero that just got broke. And these this week I filled up with crap. So, but now we can play all of my machines, which is awesome. Never could do that before. So yeah, it works better for me since I moved my computer into the corner. I actually rearranged the whole basement for, we had league and a party. I'm like, you know what? Just rearrange it. Everything's useful now. The only thing is my streaming is got, changed. I'm almost streaming the exact same spot. I can stream exactly still in the same spot. I just got to move everything. And I just don't feel like it. So this way I can knock everything down really quick and play games. Alright. I believe that's all done. I have to wipe that target off. Which is strange too, is all the yellow plastics on this is all like marbled, which is really weird. I gotta remember not to wax this area. I have to polish this though, because that I have to reseal. Maybe we'll do that right at the end of the video. And I'll wax it afterwards. I gotta get something and scrape that off. Still gotta clean it though. There's this like galapa red paint, green paint. It's been haunting me right here. I have to get it off. But yeah, that polyurethane would be the last thing I do on here, because then this thing's just got to sit. It's got to sit for a few hours and dry. Alright. I don't know how long this stream's going to be either. Just because I got to do that. I don't want to flip this over and do miscellaneous work underneath it after. But I do want to seal that up. Oh yeah, I gotta get something to scrape that off. There's just this little blob of green. It's right there. It's paint. I don't know what it's from. It's like somebody dripped drip there. There. Drip to drip. And it just left it there. Abandoned it. But yeah, I don't really want to wax this either. Yet. There's white paint up here too. What the hell? It's like splattered paint. Right up in here. My pull pack's on a flatbed scanner and scan it twice. Oh yeah, that is actually a good idea. Yeah, I guess if you got enough odd games that plastics aren't available, that's like the perfect time to do it. This arch isn't bad at all. It looks like crap. It looks like crap, but it isn't bad. It's not even worth repairing. Good wax job on it and it will be done. It's just somebody had a really bad fall on it and it tore it apart in several areas of the game. Now it's better. So yeah, we're Dave's got a Robo Wars that he's working on. He needs a translate for it. His is faded so bad. Nobody will make a new one. Nobody. So therefore, he's trying to find a quality replacement. I guess he had bought one off eBay that was it looked like somebody took a picture with a flip phone, cropped it out, and then printed it. So he needs a translate for Robo Wars. So I know somebody that will print any damn thing you give them. I think I'm going to bring them some $100 bills. But yeah, this place will print any damn thing. So Dave's trying to right now locate a good replacement or borrow somebody's translate that they have right now, and then I'll take it in to this place that will print any damn thing you give them and make a new one. A new one. So I'm not in the business of copying that. I believe art, something like that, you can copy and replace for yourself, which is what Dave's going to do. As long as nobody sells it. You know, like I make 50 copies and then sell them. There's nothing wrong with that. As long as you're just doing one copy for yourself, it's alright. From what I understand. Just like homebrew games, you make all the hell you want, but you can't make a dozen of them and then sell them. You can make that one Goonies. You can't make a bunch of them and then sell them unless you get some license rights. This is turning out very nice. Let's get some good shine to it. Good shine as it's going to get. But yeah, I gotta fix that crap. That is not good. I don't want to wax it either because I don't want to get near that area. These lights thing too that are in the middle of this game suck. like I said, that blast off I did, just getting underneath here with a Q-tip, cleaning each one of these was a pain in the butt. They got make replacements for these, but still I don't want to break them and then buy new ones. You know what I mean? I'm using overhead lights right now to see what I missed. Which doesn't, ooh, look at that, this whole area here. I got to rub off here. What's nice about these lights in my basement, it shows me what I missed waxing and polishing. So the waxing is going to be exactly the same of what I'm doing, except for opposite. I will be hand waxing it, and then what do you call it? Just polishing it off with a towel. Borg Dog, what's up? What's up with the straws? These leaves, they will cut you like no tomorrow. Normally, I would just unscrew them and drop them, but all these leaf switches on this game, they all got the common power braid that is stapled to the playfield and goes all around each one. And then they're soldered to the bracket for the leaf, and then you got the one ground wire that it's attached to it. So in order for me to get each one of these leaves off to do a good machine polish, I have to desolder all the power braid, and then I could drop the leaf. I don't want to do that because that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. That's 12 leaves that I would have to do that to. And yeah, I wasn't in the mood to sit there and do that. And a lot of them, the power braid is like stapled right next to the leaf too. So then I got to pull the staple out so I can move it over. And you know these damn things will cut you like there's no tomorrow and laugh at you. So it was easier for me just go to McDonald's and borrow some of their straws. I'll bring them back when I'm done. But borrow some straws from McDonald's and then just do that. So yeah, they work great that way. I think I'm gonna work on fixing the wear by the shooter lane. I think I might do some up here too. What I mean by wear is I got bare wood on several spots of this game, so I think I'm just gonna fix a lot of that. So I think that's what we'll do. Get this playfield leveled first. Just about leveled that way. Have to raise this side. So we'll get some cardboard. And we will start leveling this playfield. What I mean, 10 years ago, fixing the building. Why are you scared? Why aren't you? Why aren't the last time? Alright. So we need a lift. Maybe we'll just do this whole thing. I will just do my whole frame and lift my whole frame up instead of the Playfield. We are good that way, just about. I think I am going to be buying a... Holy shit, we're perfect. It was just this one corner here. I think I am going to be buying a Playfield jig because I have MGC's Whirlwind I need to do a Playfield swap on. And that game's going to be easier to do a Playfield swap on if I have a better jig than this. That way I can just spin it around. I need that. I'm going to need, these are original. I'll put these in a different bucket. I will need that. Well, I guess I could use this bucket instead. I need to get my polyurethane, toothpicks. I'll be back in a second. Alright, I'm back. So I will show you. Yes, I am making you go to MGC. Damn straight I am. I am, Ryan is, Dave is, everybody is. Okay, this is what I'm going to use. You don't know how well you can see it. Let me go to the other side. I get this local. This is Varathane brand, Ultimate Polyurethane Water-Based Semi-Gloss. That's what we're going to be using to fix this. So, we will get to right there and work on that first. Let me get one of my big picks. We're going to use that instead. Yeah, Borg Dog, you're going to have a blast, trust me. Get to see all the cool people again. You will have fun. Yes, there's a lot of raw wood on here. Like right here we got raw wood here. I'm probably just going to do this whole damn arch. There's just a lot of raw wood. This Playfield is in very good condition for how old this Vagabond is. I don't know what year Williams Vagabond. 60 something. I know it's got a ball elevator. And it's got miniature flippers. So yeah, I want to preserve this Playfield as much as possible because it's so damn good in spots. So yeah, we're gonna do spot touch-ups. Wherever I got big areas with open wood, I'm gonna use this long cotton swab, and I fiddled the end to a pick, and we're just gonna fill in everything. Remember, with your stuff like this, you want to stir it. I know the top of the can looks really, really super gross, but this was the smallest one I could get. And this thing will last my life, my kid's life, their kid's life, and another kid's life. Probably another kid's life. That's if they all work on EMs. get this big. Put my drop stick in there. Alright, that's a problem with working way over here. Is now I can't see what I'm doing really good. There. Speaking of kids, congrats here. Yes, thank you very much. Yeah, I know it makes you nervous, but it makes me nervous too. However, it will do the job. I haven't spilled whoops. Yeah. Now I'm just gonna take, I'm really gonna basically color it in. There we go. I need my eyes. These are my eyes. Yeah, I just take the tip and dunk it on there. And wherever I see fresh wood, I'm just filling it in. Yeah, my daughter was like, I don't know, I made some list at school. She goes, the dean's list. I'm like, yeah, that's like the best thing you can do. That's like the best list ever at school. The kid, she got all of her smarts from her ma, because I still have my smarts. So she got all of her smarts from her ma. I didn't give her any of mine. A little spot right there. And then what I'll do too is later on, I'll come by with my razor blade and put it at a 45-degree angle. And if there's any over where it dried up high, I will shave it down with the razor blade. I know I'll have some spots on it. But it does the job. I'm not gonna lie. It does the job really good. But yeah, she got all of her smarts from her mom. But yeah, I don't know where this kid got her smarts from. She was a baby. I remember when we picked her up from daycare before she went to school. They'd be like, your daughter can read, and we're like, yeah, she can read. They're like, no, she shouldn't be able to read what she can read yet. She was reading odd things, like when they were changing diapers, she'd see stuff and you're just laying there, and then she'd be, you know, what's this and stuff like that. We would have to take magazines from our house, like Cosmopolitan or whatever, stuff like that, and keep them in different areas so she wouldn't be in those and reading them. But yeah, she knew colors and all that stuff, so yeah, I don't know where she got all that smarts from, but yeah, we were always impressed with her smarts and her ability. But yeah, she's pretty smart. She's not she's very street smart. She's not very street smart, I'm gonna tell you that. But book smart? Damn, that kid is smart. She's definitely gonna go places. But yeah, just, this is it, you know. You just go with the thing. This is how I fix ball arches. I wasn't gonna do this, but there was so much on this playfield. I feel it needs it. This game should be at MGC. So that's where I'm delivering it to. I don't know if it's going to be up and playing. I don't know if he wants that. But it will be at MGC. So if anybody wants to see it, and if I'm able to, I will show it to you. But yeah, I'm hoping he'll let people play it. But like I said, that's not up to me. It's not my game. But that's where I picked it up, was MGC last year. I picked it up before the show. I dropped one of my games off and then I took this one home. So it actually was at the show, but it wasn't. You know what I mean? It was there for an hour. So, like I said, I will let this dry for a couple hours. I'm not going to let it fully dry. And like I said, I'll come by with a razor blade and scrape off the top. And then I will go over and polish it after I do that. This is not going to take out the dirt or anything. I would have to sand all that out. We're not doing a restoration on here. We're just doing a refurbish. I'm trying to save this game's life as much as I can. But yeah, this could be just sanded down and ripped back out. But yeah, this is just basically a big toothpick that I'm using. Well, cotton swab, and I just whittled the end to a point like a pen. I'm just pushing the urethane all down wherever I see raw wood. This works really super good if you do have the ball arch groove where the ball follows it. This work really super good on that. I've done it plenty of times. And it works really super good to remove all that. Now that right at the edge here, it's just like very picky. This is where a lot of it will get scraped off. I'm just trying to fill in most of the holes I can right here. Alright, I'm done there. I'm just going to keep working my way down a playfield like this. We have some here. What also I like about the toothpick method, since it's wood, it kind of soaks into this toothpick and it doesn't really drip as you're doing this. I haven't had a drip yet. You can see I've been taking giant blobs with me. That's everything I like about the toothpick method. It's gonna darken a little bit more, this color, what I'm using. It's gonna darken just a little bit more. I think it's actually gonna look, it's gonna look as bad as it does if I didn't treat it, from what I remember. You know how you got the dirt and the wood? It's just gonna look just like that again. But yeah, you could probably find different types of stains and do different methods. Let me see if I can find that video. Oh, Lord. No, it won't collect any grime. That's what's good, is you're going to seal it. There, I put a link up, and you'll be able to see what it looks like when it's done. I think it's a Williams triple action I did. But yeah, it's not going to look milky gray like that. No. That's just how this stuff looks when it's wet. It's not going to look like that at all. So I do a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here. Yeah, it's not going to look this crappy. But yeah, look at that video and then tell me what you think. Or somebody can look at that video. Put it this way, it's not going to chip anymore. It's going to be better. No more chipping. No more raw wood. I'm just filling in, there's basically just the gouges from where the ball tore apart the playfield. It's really what I'm filling in. And then I'm going to make flat. I don't know if anybody wants to skip to the end of that video and then put in your input. Like I said, I'm not restoring these, I'm just saving them. That ball arch is really there. The only way to get really rid of all the color and everything is you're gonna have to sand these down to bare wood. And then after that, you know, you gotta fix it the correct way. This I wouldn't say is the correct way, but it's a repair. I'm getting a little carried away with the work I'm doing right now. I'm doing more than I intend to do. Really want to get all the, there's some deep grooves. I don't know why these grooves are so deep, but it's like it's been carved and like the wood splintered up and somebody peeled it off like a scab or something. It's just that bad. So that's why I'm going around and doing all these. So yeah, check out that video and let me know what you guys think. If that's something you would do or not do. Like I said, I'm not restoring them, but I'm just trying to preserve what's left. I think it's a good way to preserve and protect. If I could restore like high-end pins, it'd be awesome if I could do that for a living. But one, I ain't got the smarts. Two, I don't have the skills that guy's got. That guy's got some stupid skills. It's like you gotta be an artist and a carpenter all in one. Yeah, this playfield, it's like it's splintered and peeled on all these cracks that I'm doing right now. Except for some of these giant chips that I'm just fixing. And another one. Do this all day. big giant one right here too. Yeah, he had this game forever, as far as I know. And it's been slowly dying on him. So he just wants to keep it forever and have it work again. So that's basically what I'm doing. This isn't something I normally do on a game. But I know this guy. His name is Dan, not Lucen, a different Dan. He does something with the cash registers or something at MGC, and this is his game. He bought one of my other games off me. Liked it so much, he wanted me to fix this game. That game was a monster. I did too. Really bad. It was the Lucky Ace. That should have been a parts machine. It's really what it should have been. Lucky Ace parts machine. It should have been. All right. I think we're just gonna go to this. This, I'm just going to fill in. Yeah, that doesn't go good there because, shit. Well, I'm going to have to put it there and just hold it. Yeah. Whatever I do, I'm screwed. Over right there. Yeah, it's out of the way now. Alright. So yeah, you can use this on scoops too. Scoops that are just tortoise shit. As you can see, this is just shredded here. I'm putting a lot on here because this will soak into the wood. It will kind of fill the wood. You know, well, it's going to totally preserve this area. So yeah, it's just all, this right here is just all gone wood right there. So this will just soak into the pores now, bind into the wood, and just be nice. And this is where the ball kicker, the elevator, I'm guessing, is dropping the balls. Balls look pretty decent in this game too, so I don't know if it just had bad ones in it for a long time and they put new ones in. I'm thinking this area I'm going to have to come back to. I'm going to have to revisit. I'm going to fill in this whole groove too. It's because it's so like dried out. like I said, this will soak into the raw wood here, and it will just strengthen this whole area from getting destroyed again. Then you can sand it a little bit. And what I like about this stuff too, it's water-based. So if I did drop it, which this thing holds, drips really good. If I did drip it, I can wipe it off easy because it's water-based. My phone's like blowing up for some reason. A lot of people text me when I'm streaming. And the people that text me when I'm streaming, they should know I'm streaming. It's already soaking up. This right in here, just like all disappeared. Yeah, I think that will be good there. This, what's nice about this area, I can sand that down if needed. What's good about the top, it's already dried out a good part already. Let me get my lid closed on this. This looks a lot darker than what it really is, trust me. There, you can see it better. It's lighter up here. It will get a little bit lighter as it dries, but remember, you know how you get wood when it's wet? It gets darker, and then as it dries out, it gets lighter. But it's much better than having a destroyed thing. It's much better, I'm going to say. Now, like I said, once this dries, brand new razor blade, okay, and then you just go on a 45 degree and you just scrape off the top. You just kind of like go across it and then peel off anything that's up too high. This really didn't have a bad groove, it had a destroyed groove. But as you can see, like, it is getting lighter as it's drying. And like right in here, I put a bunch in. It's disappearing. Right there, we got some in. Here. Well, you can't even see that. Here. This is changing color already. It's disappearing. This is pretty much disappeared. But yeah, it's getting there. But like I said, the ideal way is completely sand it down and then refinish it. But this is great for just touching up. So now we got all the raw spots that were on the playfield that we're just going to keep getting worse. Like right around here and here, all that around from the pop bumpers. That would just continually get worse. The whole arch up here would continually to just keep getting worse. Now it's least protected. This playfield's not meant, it's never going to get a full restoration on it. So it's protected and it's safe now. That's about it. and I'm safe. Notice I didn't cut my hands up at all because we didn't have leaves. But yeah, like I said, those things will cut you and they'll laugh at you about it. But so we got the whole playfield stripped, polished, and we're fixed all the major damage points on the playfield. All the majorly damaged points. What's cool about this game too, it had metal flippers. I don't know where they are right now. They must be in here somewhere. Oh, here they are. I've never seen metal flippers before. These are all completely metal. So I'll have to polish these bad boys back up and get them going. And I've never seen metal flipper links before. So yeah, these will all get tore apart and then go into the rock tumbler. Actually, I should put that there. I got 2 to rock tumble yet. Put them in my way. I gotta take them apart. And then, yeah, gotta do that. Oh, so yeah, I think I can't do much more on this now. I kind of like screwed myself on it. There's nothing much else I can do because now it's level and I want all that clear to level and dry level and then come out. But yeah, watch that video and you can see the whole process from start to finish of the arch and how I do that. And that's exactly how you would do it on every part of the playfield you filled in. Once it's dry, you just take the razor blade on a 45-degree angle and try to go with the grain wherever you can. I know on that arch, I kind of hold it on a weird angle and I'll go around and then twist it other ways so I can try to stay with the grain. So if the grain is going like this and you go like this with your razor blade, you're gonna cut into the grain. So if you could try to go, like the grain, you go like this with the razor blade. As you cut the top off, you won't dig into it. Because this does have a very little bit of planking. And you can nick that real easy and screw yourself and really peel up some. But this was really bad here. That's why I said I'm not going to wax it right now. So I want to get this whole area repaired. And like I said, that urethane's going to soak right into the crack. And it's going to harden up. And this is never going to get damaged again. That loop will be good. It's drying really nice. You'll see next week how good it looks or how bad you think it looks. But like I said, it's protected. Oh my god, this phone. Greeby's Bakery is telling me I won a reward. I got a reward waiting for me. It's been a while since I've been to Greeby's Bakery. So if anybody that's lived in Wisconsin should know about Greeby's. They got a good bakery, very good bakery. But yeah, I did get a new laptop. You should be able to see it right here. My son picked it out. It's I think it's a Hewlett Packard Omen. 165 hertz refresh rate, Intel i9 core. It's got NVIDIA GeoForce RTX. It's got Bang & Olufsen sound on it. It's got HDMI out. That's why I got the screen right here. You can kind of see a little bit. What else? But yeah, it's a kick-ass laptop. It wasn't cheap. I told him I wanted a laptop that was really going to last a long, long time. It's got no hard drive on it or anything. I think it's got a port here for SD card. It's got a Ethernet port, or for your phone line or whatever. Is that phone? And it's got several USBs. I think it's got 3 or 4, and then one HDMI out. I really wanted the HDMI out. That's what I wanted the most, but yeah, it's a killer laptop. I shouldn't have any more issues with it. Speaking of issues, wrong one. This one. We have 0 dropped frames, which was awesome. I didn't lose any frames today, so we weren't breakdancing as I was talking, which was good. Got a new fridge. Got that from Menards. That's what happens if you walk through one of those turnstiles sideways. You'll get yourself right in the Menards. Yes, I am funny. Comet. Go to Comet and get your LEDs. They sell the best ones in the business. That is what is in Hollywood Heat. We can go over this if you want to. I can go over what I did. Let's do that. So I'm kind of done. Like I said, I'm landlocked with this Playfield. I'm really landlocked with it. I can't move it. I can't work on anything else. So I might also just go on Hollywood Heat here. If I can get the card out of the way enough. Because I got my cords laying here. Alright. Switch it to this camera. Alright, there we go. If anybody asks a question, it's going to be a little bit for me to answer. So I have to go back over to my computer. Alright. What I did with Hollywood Heat is simple. Let me do this first. I'll get you a link, and then you can check out all of the updates on it. Playlists. Oh, okay, well, Hollywood. There we go. Oh, my pool noodles. Okay, there's a guy in my league. His name is Don. Don's in my league. He's super, super tall. And when he comes over here for a league, he is that tall where he will hit those noodles. He actually is taller than the ceiling there. So yeah, he is taller than that. He is damn near the same height as what do you call it, the fixture on the ceiling. So what I did was for him, was wherever I know he could bump his head, I put the noodles on there so he wouldn't be dripping blood all over my basement. Alright, I did put a link up for Hollywood Heat. It should have everything I've done to it. yeah, I think that's everything for it. But anyways, so this was, there's going to be a whole video series on rebuilding this game. There'll be a whole series on this game. This game, I think they picked it up for $400 or $800. I can't remember. It was dead. It didn't boot. It had a couple attract lights that would pop up, and that would be about it. So what I did usually is I do everything, pull the playfield out, strip it all completely down, rebuild everything. I'll show you in the head. We have to get this out. This likes to stick in there for some reason. It just sticks in there. All right. Hello. I think we can see everything decent. The machine would boot up if I would push on the MPU. It would actually boot. So MPU was rebuilt. Driver board was rebuilt. Soundboard was rebuilt. Power supply was rebuilt. This what do you call it? Auxiliary power supply was built. The pop bumper board was rebuilt because it's got one pop bumper board. And otherwise, yeah, it runs good. Now each one of these boards has one of these black wires attached to it on wherever the main ground plane is on these boards. The worst offender is the driver board, which is right here. That is the worst offender. Because this board here, you know, this light is horrible. That driver board, ouch, that driver board there has so many bad grounds on it, it is pathetic. In order to fix this, when the board is out, you're going to jumper so many traces on this board, because this board only had one like ground wire coming out of it, which was right here. I believe it's this one right here. Comes out of it and it shares the ground with the MPU. Is there any other grounds? I'm looking for a big fatty white one. That's the only one I see right there. Oh, there's another one right here. So it's got the fatty white one right here. It's got a fatty white one right here. So I think on each one of these connectors, there's one ground for what it looks like. Anyways, so in order to fix this, you need to take this out, and you're going to put little jumpers all over the back of this whole board to attach all the grounds together, because like if something fails and takes out a ground, the whole board just goes totally dead. So you jumper the whole back of this board here, and then you add another ground, which is right here, and you splinter it off to a main ground, which is like every board has. This one right here, right at the corner here, is a ground. This one has ground right there, and that one has ground right there. They're all going to go to this point right here, is which I put on the game. And same with MPU has a main ground right here in the middle. You can't see that good. But yeah, you can see it right here. It's got that main ground right here. Those all go to one spot now. And then that one spot has this red wire. I don't know if you can kind of see it. There. They all go to this one ground spot here. And then this red wire here that you can kind of see a little bit, goes which you can't see. It goes to this yellow wire right here. Right there. That's the cabinet ground. So normally this whole white area you see back there, that would be metal, and then the boards would ground to that metal. Gottlieb didn't do that. They relied on the wiring harness to ground the board. Everybody else, these boards would screw to it, and that would be the ground where they screwed down, which is simple. Boom, you eliminate every ground error. But no, if you had a bad connector, you screwed yourself on the ground. So anyways, like Gottlieb has all these fat, juicy yellow wires that go all the way through the cabinet, all down to the middle of the playfield. Let's get that out. First, we're learning all about Gottlieb's today. Let me see if there's any messages, because I can't see them. Alright. We're still good. Let's turn this off. Open this up. Get that. We'll get a flashlight. I don't think I'm going to lose any balls. Alright. Back to the game. Alright. So now we're inside the cabinet here. I don't know if you can see it again. You got the fatty yellow ground wire. And there's a ground point here. There. The ground point here, and the exact same on the back. There's a ground point there and a ground point there. Now all those are your basic grounds for the game. So, like I said, if that head had the metal plate in it, all these grounds would be awesome. No. What Gottlieb did was, see all these wires here? Can we get in there tighter? Right here. This is ground wire. This is ground wire. This is ground wire. And this is ground wire. All those had like an end like this on it, and this part right here was on the side of the game. Oh, and I'm lucky I got them right there. Alright, where are we? Right here. This right here, which you can see better if I do this. This right here is the ground board, which was screwed to this on the side there. And all those are just grounded like that. These are just all soldered together. And then these two little points right here touched the case like that. And then each one of these groups of wire right here, there's 4, all had a plug on it like this. So you cut those wires off. Well, actually, when this had all the wires on, then these just plugged in like that. And that's how your machine was grounded. Big failure rate. So you got all these wires, and they're actually, it's just being touched by these two right here. So if one of these was loose, which these were, I don't know how the game worked when it did work. That was your ground. So what you do is you cut all these connectors off. You take these off. You can throw them in the garbage. I just kept them for some reason, and I'm glad I did because we learned a lesson today. I did make a video on these. You cut the connectors off and you put loops. Little just loops crimped onto the end of the wires, and then you screw them onto this because this is your big ground. So we got a new person. Yes, and welcome to the chat, Flipside Memphis. Welcome. Thank you for popping in. So yeah, so you got this group right here was all 1 connector, 2 connector, 3 connector, 4 connector. Those were, yeah, 4 connectors. And if any one of those things failed, you'd have all these multiple areas of failure on your game, which was crazy. So yeah, you just eliminate all those grounds and you do this ground mod here. Now this game is totally bulletproof. You reground all your boards, you add a dedicated ground to them that is soldered on. This way, if you have any issues with your connectors, your game should technically still run. But yeah, what a PETA. Alright, for the game now. I pulled all this apart. It's got complete rebuilt flippers. All 4 of them have been rebuilt. Drop targets have been tore apart, cleaned up, new drop targets put in. All the 1 pop bumper that's been rebuilt. Every coil that's in this game's got new sleeves on it. Went through all the lights. Every single light on this game was loose. Almost all of them did. I would have to say about 90% of the lights did work, but I did solder the body to the bracket. So all the lights are like totally bomb-proof now. So you shouldn't ever have a light problem. The only time you have a light problem is if the bulb burns out. Did all that. Like I said, I rebuilt flippers. Yeah, the pop bumper board here has got a ground mod done to it that is grounded to the harness here. And let's get to the playfield now. This game was filthy. I want to let you guys know. If you look at that link I posted, you can see how filthy this game was. The only issue I have is on a driver board right now. I have to replace one little thing on the driver board. These Gottliebs have a horrible lamp test on them. We will actually do that. And you can see how horrible these are if you don't know anything about Gottliebs. You know how like Williams and Bailey, all the lights will just go like this? Let me get in the lamp test. Okay, when I get in a lamp test, you can't blink. I think it's here. Nope. Here. Watch. There's the lamp test. You have to know where to look to watch the lamps. See? It just does one at a time. But yeah, you notice we're skipping the 4. That 4 keeps getting skipped. Now we're in real solenoid test. Which is pretty cool. But yeah, that's that. So another modification I did to this game was I put star posts. This game is really super dark. Let me turn off the lights. Yeah, exactly. The track mode is a better lamp test than what Gottlieb had. Let me put this translate back in. This is also the translate here. This is also LED. That was a whole mod. You have to remove the ballast and starter. And that's a LED that goes across there, which makes it light up real super nice, and it just looks better. Alright. So anyways, you can kind of see how dark this game is to begin with. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 star posts that I put in to illuminate this game better. But really, if you want to talk about GI on this game, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This game's got 11 GI. That's it. 11 bulbs for general illumination, which made this game dark as hell. I mean, horribly dark. So what I did is I put 2 star post lights here, which illuminates this area real super nice. Throws light up here. This one throws light that way. I put one right here to throw light this way. Let me actually, since you guys can see it now. There. Don't get me wrong, these lights look bright as hell right now because that's just what the camera does. So like I said, I put 2 here to get light to push that way, 1 here to push light this way. There's 1 right here to throw light that way, 1 right here to fill out the dark area that was here. There's 1 right here to light up this area really good. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that was it. That's all I felt. It might have probably could use 1, like maybe right here. But however, if I did that one, I would have had to do this one, just because they would have looked kind of crazy. I didn't do 1 down here, because the way this plastic is designed, you would have probably seen it real super easy. This plastic hides these really good. This whole area right here hides this one, and same with this. The pop bumper, what I did was I used one of the Comet. It's got a pop bumper light. It's got a disc on the top that has LEDs that show up, and then underneath it has them that show down. So the bottom is warm white, and then the top was purple. In the saucers, I put purple lights in it. In these 2 tents here, I put purple lights, and then back here, I put purple. And then everything else that had a white light in the playfield has got Comet Purple Passion lights in it. Because they really like the purple aspect of this. So, and then we put a brand new purple ramp on. And then we got another mod that will be going on at the very last little bit, which is the Flamingo mod. We'll be putting these little flamingos on different spots on the acorn nuts all over the game. So we'll have these little flamingos in all little different areas of the game. It's kind of cool because we do have the flamingo stand-ups, which are really nice. So yeah, these flamingos are going to be very awesome in here. So yeah, this playfield did get all the, like I said, I stripped this down to nothing. The only thing I left on this playfield was the wire guides, because there were so many wire guides all over this playfield. I left those on, but I took everything off. All the posts have been cleaned, ultrasonic cleaned. Plastics have been all hand cleaned. This plastic right here was broke straight across here. That's why it kind of might look a little funny. There. It's cracked straight across like this, and there's nothing to hold it over here, so I took a piece of clear Lexan and glued it across the top here. So that one's been fixed. This flipper that's right here, I don't know why, but they put a 3-inch flipper in there. And these little ones, you cannot get the correct one for this. This has a fat shaft and then goes into a skinny shaft. You can't get those little flippers anymore, but you can get the full skinny shaft flipper. So I had to custom grind that down to fix. It's all got custom drop target decals on it. So yeah, it turned out really, really super beautiful. But yeah, I just got to pull out the driver board and fix the 4X. Because like I said, when you do that lamp test, he probably just missed it when he did the board work on it. Which is easy to do because Gottlieb has the world's crappiest lamp test. But like you said, attract mode is a better lamp test on this game. It's totally really, really awesome. But yeah, I think it turned out great. I've never played this game before, but it plays awesome. It plays really super awesome. This one will be going back, I think on the 17th, they'll get it back. We're going to stream it at Dave's Arcade on Twitch and YouTube on the 16th, I believe. So if you guys want to tune in and see this get beat, and then we'll probably play my Beatles also. That will probably get played. Oh, and this also has a battery cap on it to retain its memory. And then we're back in the computer cam. So yeah, I think, oh, I did drop 179 frames, which is 0.0%, which is good. So yeah, with that, I'm going to plug Mark's Basement Arcade one more time. Please check me out. If you didn't see this full video, it will be on Twitch till Twitch dumps it, or it will be at Mark's Basement Arcade forever. You'll be able to watch it tomorrow. And I do a bunch of how-to videos on everything pinball related. You'll see it within a year. You'll see Hollywood Heat, complete teardown and rebuild, resurrection of that. Right now I have Williams Travel Time that's going up. I have done a Playfield swap on a Williams Sorcerer. Totally rebuilt World Cup Soccer, Williams Funhouse. If you're into solid state games, I will be doing a Mata Hari Playfield swap pretty soon, bringing that back from the dead. And so yeah, please subscribe to Mark's Basement Arcade. We'll get to the Midwest Gaming Classic link. I need to see the date on there because I don't have the correct thing on my machine for it. My display. Where are we? April 5th through the 7th at the Baird Center in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So check that out. Midwest Gaming Classic is the largest gaming type platform of its style in the world. What is cool about the Midwest Gaming Classic is everything to do with gaming. Console gaming, vintage gaming, arcade gaming, computer gaming, card gaming, role-play gaming, board gaming, everything to do with gaming will be found at the Midwest Gaming Classic. What I like about it is basic walk in the door, and you could literally almost leave your kids just do whatever they wanted to do, as long as your kids are not animals and behave like humans. You could let them do whatever they wanted to do. I think it would almost be safe enough to do that. I know I let my kids go walk around as they want, but one's 16 and one's 20, so I guess that doesn't really matter, does it? But anyways, I should bring that speaker over here too. It is the biggest gaming platform of its kind in the world. It takes up to, I think, believe it takes up the whole Barrett Center. So yeah, I'll be there the whole weekend. I don't know exactly what times, but I'll be the good looking one wearing a Mark's Basement arcade shirt. But yeah, it's everything gaming. You get all the new gaming distributors will be there showing off their latest games. They have an auction where you can buy games. You can meet me there and see if I have any games for sale. Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be an awesome time. Borg Dog's gonna be there. Dave Paisan's gonna try to be there. I'll be there. Dave's Arcade will be there. I'm sure Neil will be there. Some of these people you might not know, but anyways, yeah, it's if you're into anything gaming, you got to go there. It's the vendor hall is humongous. It is just it's stupid crazy how big the vendor hall is. So yeah, be there. So, anyways, yeah, I should be here next Sunday again. I got to get that Vagabond done. It's got to go to Midwest Gaming Classic. Hollywood Heat is done, so I got to drag Mata Hari out now and put that together so I can start doing a Playfield swap on that. Yeah, I'm going to be tight for machines. It's going to be real tight in here. It's going to be super tight. I might have to knock down Flight 2000 and push that out of the way. But yeah, I have to get Mata Hari started soon. Very soon. Playfield swap takes a little while. Literally, I could do it in a weekend. Do I want to do it in a weekend? No. Could I? Yeah. I've already did a whole machine in a weekend once, which was not fun. Skylab, start to finish, Friday after work, and had it running by Monday. Fully running, everything going by Monday, which was awesome. But yeah, it was mind bending and tiring. I mean, I rebuilt every part on it in the weekend. All the score reels, all the mechs, everything, wax polished, all that good stuff. But anyways, here I am again. Check me out. And I guess I'll be back next Sunday at 2. And I'll have more pinball ideas for you. And you'll have things you want to talk about. And I will too. If you're watching this on YouTube, cool stuff right here. Give me a thumbs up. Drop me a comment. Subscribe. Everything cool. Thank you guys. Take care and later.